Hey guys, try this again. Listen to a thing on YouTube, and I guess I'm gonna be the devil's advocate because this is the first time in a while well-known liberal people on YouTube were wrong, dead wrong. This is devil's advocate here. So a couple weeks ago, Portage County, Ohio Sheriff Bruce Calloway, I think I'll put his picture up here, asked his constituents to report local Kamala Harris supporters. This is that white people stuff of like calling the police on kids for them putting lemonade stands, and the black woman that was eating lunch in the library and she worked there. This is more of that. The videos we see of FedEx drivers in the community and white people jumping up on the back step. I seen one yesterday. This is a white guy in a FedEx truck, and a white man jumped up on the hood. This is more of that weird white people boomer stuff of just, I've got to know what everybody's doing at all times, and except this is taking it statewide instead of just like what's going on in my neighborhood. I mean, I've seen videos of black people, FedEx drivers being told they can't deliver certain areas, they can't be certain areas because of racism, of what they deal with. This is that. So this area, so the guy, I think Brian Cohen is his name, was talking about how somehow he got smacked down because the voting people don't want him to, his sheriff department will not be involved in that security. 3-1, they voted against it. And they're like, oh, this is so crazy. I'm confused. How was he punished by this? So there's some white guy somewhere in the sheriff's department that's going to miss out on a couple of dollars because he didn't get to do overtime at the voting. And there's probably somebody working in the sheriff's office that understands that this is embarrassing. That you're moving outside of a law enforcement purpose, using law enforcement to present your own narrative, to forge your own narrative on politics, and that's wrong. And ultimately, they'll probably spend more money on security, outside security, whatever. But I'm trying to figure out how he's being punished. The state of Ohio already said that he didn't violate any election laws. He knew that. That's how rednecks are. He's probably going to get reelected. This area of Portage County is probably 90% white. The county is probably more than 3/4 red. Probably been red the last 10, 15 years. Probably the last 100 years has been red. He knows who he's talking to. He's not talking to people like me. He's not talking to half the country. He's talking to his own people in his own county. And you liberals, you lefties got pulled in hook, line, and sinker. Don't you see? These dogs feed on the red blood. He gave them that. Listen, whether Trump wins, whether he loses, 100% irrelevant. Because now, whatever happens in this country, whether Kamala gets in it and the country's peaceful, or if she doesn't and things get wild, whatever happens, he can say, hey, I was telling you guys. And I was with the Trumper. I was with Trump. Any kind of mistakes that happen, he can say that. And that's going to work for him. So one more thing. Now that he's proven to the whole world, to all these white folks, I am willing to use politics to leverage my position in the sheriff's office. Guess what? Now he gets to get all kind of money from Fox News. Now he's going to get to come on there. Now he's going to be on there. If they have any kind of roundtable meetings, he's going to be on the TV. You're going to hear him on there. Now he gets to write a book. Now he gets to go on, them videos you see on YouTube where like the foundation will bring people in. He's go on there and get some money. Now he gets to probably get an award from some right-wing group somewhere because he played the game and he pushed their narrative. And now if worse comes to worse and he gets put out of office, we never know what happens. Guess what? He'll probably get a job at Fox News because that's how this game works. And that's how these white folks operate. You liberals, you lefties, you miss the forest for the trees. That's why I said it. Michael Brooks said it. I don't like hyper left politics. It creates a blind spot. because you think the whole country's this, and the whole country's like, okay, you know, you think, and it's not. It's not. And this kind of rhetoric is what they want, and he just showed them that's what he's going to give them. Listen, a lot of stuff Republicans talk about they can't do. It's illegal. I remember when I read about the Republicans in Texas, their 2018, I think, 2012 plank, and it was talking about how like they want to do away with the FDA. They want to do away with EPA, excuse me. They want to do away with Endangered Species Act and all this. Well, they can't do a lot of that stuff if they want to do it. They can't do that kind of stuff, but they can say it for these rednecks to show them we can move in that direction. That's how they operate, and that's what they mean. That's you're missing it. You guys are missing it. Living in New York, where everybody's a liberal, or Manhattan, or wherever you live, wherever you work, thinking everybody's a liberal and everybody's concerned about good roads and clean water. Everybody's not. They're not. There are people who are fed into this culture war bullshit. Look at Kentucky. Been voting Republican the last 100 years. Look at the state of Kentucky. Last in everything. Look at Mississippi. Last in everything, including life expectancy. They don't care, dude. They don't care about these little facts you can pull up and prove, and they don't care. They care about bashing people and slurring people and making people feel uncomfortable and unimportant. That's their goals, baby. And this sheriff here, Bruce Sikowski, he got it. You missed it. So explain to me how he was punished. And even if he gets punished, how is he hurt long term? Let me tell you something. This is like World War II. And it's 1945, and Hitler's in a bunker, coked up in a bunker, and the Russians are outside of Berlin. If you watch Downfall, and you watch how the Himmler character, he's talking about he's gonna go to Eisenhower, and they're gonna like try to set him up to, should I give him a salute or should I shake his hand? And what's the other guy I'm thinking about? Albert Speer. He's talking about how he told Hitler, he's like, there's things that I did that you wanted me to do, I didn't do it, and there's evidence that I was against. He still went to prison. But the point is, they were, even though Hitler and these generals are like, we're gonna fight to the end, we're gonna fight and die, and they're bombing Berlin every night, every 15 minutes getting bombed. The other people are playing games. They're playing little things behind the scenes of how can I submit myself in the post-war, however it goes. That's what he's doing. And other Republicans are too. That's what this is. They know this is probably going to be the end for Trump. And if it's not the end for Trump, well, that's fine too. He can write his book. I think about that trooper in Washington that was like against the mask mandates. And he went on Fox News and he wrote a book. And he died of COVID. And I think about that sometimes with the far right, that y'all are the left. You're getting caught up in right and wrong and this and that, not understanding that that's irrelevant. They're not playing to you. They're not sometimes people aren't talking to us. They just aren't. Sometimes people are not talking to you. And you understand that. When Trump talks and people, when the reporters try to get him and ask him questions, he's like, all right, both, because he's not talking to critically minded people. He's talking to the haters. He's talking to the people he gave license to hate. That's the point. If you don't get that at this point in history, you're not. That's why up is down. That's why you're not comprehending it, because he's not talking to. Propaganda is not designed for. Propaganda is not designed for critical thinkers. It's designed to give moral cowards an easy way out. That's it. You can't think your way out of Trump. You can't dig up dirt on Trump. Now they're saying that he was given during COVID, he wanted to know like what was the voting numbers on his county. Yeah. Been saying he played a political. Him and Miller were laughing about let's let the blue states die of COVID. He was joking about that shit. This is who you're voting for. Someone who used the pandemic to carry out objectives, political objectives, to kill off people in the states. You read about stuff people on social media joking about that. That's your base. He was never the president. Not one moment. Either he was the leader for Republicans, and that's all there is to it. He gave them license to hate, and he gave them ways to exercise their hatred.